Well, not everyone knows about a certain place. Only a few maps in the area mention this area as existing. Within Zone C1, there's a region called the Worm Caves. The upper entrance is the most well-known entrance. These caves are not natural. They were created 340 million years ago. During this time, there were many strange life god forms on Earth. The Alico don't want to be a part of what's going on there so much. And they knew that Pluto also had living things. So they will decide to build a base close on Makemake. And the Worm Caves was created. At first, it was just a layer of solid gases. Then they dug the caves. The caves were sealed with a special material that won't change its state no matter how hot or cold it gets. Once the rooms were built, they started to create the furniture in. There were several types of rooms. Meditation room. The Alico don't need to sleep, although they still need to clear their heads. Even if this one breaks, it still remains in its original form. They contain the most beautiful plants that the Alico has created on Makemake. Laboratories. Here they conducted biological and genetic studies on life on planets in the solar system. Everything is going well and good, but after 1,000 years, they left the planet. But before they left, they created the Yigmake. They gave them knowledge in the way so they could preserve the place and also look at the Earth. They did all the work of researching the solar system. Everything worked according to the system until at least 2 million years later. They began to develop self-awareness. They figured out how to copy the technology and even upgrade it. Another 4 mission years. Yigmake are already gone, and in their place the makemake went beyond their strength. They created their own life forms and began to spread even outside their own planet. To this day, there are remains of their structures on other planets. As far as we know, they became extinct because of a war against the elder gods. Many so found on Makemake so 45 Dabsolate, Makemake so 118 Greenlight, Makemake so 30 Idea Stone. After 35 million years, what were once great cities have become infected wastelands. A creature that began to spread over everything known as Yingap. This is an experiment that got out of control and took over most of the planet. In the sea, the Habugs forms evolved and became the dominant marine creature. 299,309,232 BC. The Alico returned to the star and found that it had changed a lot. They tried to use it for their own ideas, but it resisted in battle. In this battle, Yingap created the columns to be a battle droid. More entities were created in this war. Makemake, so 33 the blue Yingap. Makemake, so 46 Etation. They fought for 8 days. And the Alico won. Only ruins and what remains of Yingap. They took the remaining drones and turned them into angels. The OM being created. 290,500,786 BC. The gates of Kel'Unia built, and it was a relatively quiet period. The modern Habugs was created. The ancient buildings were destroyed, and new species of mushroom grows. What's left of Yingap became the Gogo's smarter version. The OM became an information computer. Those who didn't become computers became guards. And they left the planet again. 1 million years later, an intelligent creature evolved based on a fungus. 198,030,000 BC, the planet was hit by an unknown entity, and 60% of living things became extinct. Makemake turning blue. A power of the entity created blue crystals within caves. Alico came back to imprison the blue entity, and after that they left. The Migo conquer the planet and start mining the blue crystals. We believe they have advanced fast due to the technology of the makemake. They destroyed the intelligent beings and what's left of computers. The MiGo leave the planet after mine all the resources. Grom spin around the planet. The creation war has started. The Alico returned to this planet. They arrived at the end of the shelters. The Ahazar built a base on this planet. A Ahazar soldier as 92. The Ahazar were the new in the war. They usually be easily destroyed and would simply try to survive. The Ahazar, after the breakup, they abandoned this base. After the entity was escaped from the planet, everything will be blue for another 100,000 years. The Alico created new creatures based on Earth, so 102 to protect the place known as Kina. The Ahazar have returned to the planet. They went back in and built on the old bases and ancient caves. For 1000 BC, they then went out on genetic experiments and used the remaining creatures to create more new creatures to cleanse the sea. They removed one place known as a wormhole that they would not touch because it was the place that started it all.